Welcome to the Antigua Shipyard.
Welcome to Antigua Shipyard, guys. To the right side of the map, starting in red once again, is the CJ player. This is
CJ Hero.
He's playing in game number 3 now against his opponent, the fellow Protoss player, starting to the left in blue. Starting for the Slayers team, we have
Slayers Puzzle.
Not happy about things right now, losing that last game. It's always frustrating to lose a game where your opponent does basically the same thing as you, but just a little bit better. And that's kind of what we had. Obviously, the Blink Stalker play was a variation, but they both went for the Warp Prism drops. And that was something that Hero was just able to execute a lot better. He had his Warp Prism speed up faster, so he was able to do so first. And that's always, you know, a key thing when both players are going for this type of drop play. If you start the aggression, totally messes up your opponent's train of thought. It's hard for him to then micro his drop while he's defending yours. Whoever attacks first gets a slight advantage.
We have to say that, of course, Hero also got a little bit lucky when he killed this one pylon at the robotics bay, because how many seconds did miss? 2 in-game seconds?
Yeah, exactly.
So the speed was not done for the Warp Prism. That is, of course, not the biggest decider in this game, but at the same time, because by the time he was at his opponent's base, he had the speed upgrade. But it's just so annoying when you know, okay, well, my upgrade is nearly done, and then your pylon suddenly gets killed. Your building is unpowered, you have to rebuild it. So, yeah, from the timing, it was really in Hero's favor. And this just carries.
Yeah, it will carry through. This is just, you know, one thing that differs certain players from others is how well they can calm themselves down or get ready, get psyched after a loss like that. Hero takes his gas, this time slightly delayed versus his normal games that we saw earlier. Puzzle being the one this game to have his second gas faster. And we'll see if Puzzle wants to move out with that 1 Zealot Stalker Probe Force versus 3 Stalkers, with the second Stalker coming in, because that has proved to be a bit problematic for him, especially last game. He got that early lead from taking out those Stalkers. Hero did.
I'm really interested in knowing if Hero is going for the Blink Stalkers once again. As already said, this is Antigua Shipyard, and therefore a map where Blink Stalker play is really great, where you have a lot of different spots where you can actually blink into your opponent's base. So if Hero is comfortable playing this style on Daybreak on our first map today, Cloud Kingdom, then I don't see why he wouldn't use it on Antigua as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best map for Blink. And it may be something that he doesn't want to do because it's something his opponent will expect. That's one thing to consider as well.
That's of course true. Yeah, that could well be the case.
I love how many mind games go into PvP, and this probe to the north gets spotted. He checks for it, smartly so, and no scouting information for Puzzle here.
Yep, Puzzle doesn't know anything at all at this point. It's a little bit unfortunate for him, of course. He has no idea what's going on. He knew about his opponent's starting position earlier on, because this is a cross map where you can only spawn cross positions. And therefore, at this point, he has no clue. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know about the gas timing. And Puzzle is going for the Blink build. He's going for the Twilight Council here immediately. And Hero with the 2 sentries that he's now warping in, it doesn't look like he's going for aggressive build.
Yeah,
this is more staying passive, taking an expansion, and there is the robotics immediately.
And this is pretty cool with what Puzzle's doing. By the way, I want to point out the possibility that because this map is so known for Blink Stalkers and because Hero has been known for that, Puzzle may also go for Dark Templar play here. Because if you go DTs versus Blink, your opponent has no detection. And controlling this watchtower is so important. Hero, a big mistake here, taking some shots on these Stalkers. Will not lose his very likely here, but he took so much damage, down to 12 hit points.
Yeah, this is pretty close. Blink for Puzzle, so he's not gambling too much here.
Oh, wow. Gets up the ramp, though. The sentries are here. He's got to be careful against these.
Takes down the Stalker, moves back, and is able to save his own Stalker. Nice. Well done.
That was really excellently done. This is so important when you're going for an aggressive Blink play, because the Stalker count becomes more and more valuable. Even when you don't have Blink, you have to have equal number of Stalkers to your opponent, or more Stalkers than he does, to really be able to hold against aggressive attacks.
And especially exactly now with the Blink battle that's going to start. No, not very soon. Well, it isn't really a Blink battle either, because only one of them has Blink. But it's going to be important to know how many units he can actually commit to this. So the more Stalkers he kills of his opponent, the better, or the safer his Blinks into the main base will be.
Hero now leading the charge with an Observer, trying to find out if he can take control of the Watchtower, and he will. This is something that Puzzle pulls back, though. He sees the Stalkers coming. Now that he's got Blink, he may actually be able to force his way up there. However, he's got the forward pylon going up too. And with his Robo, with the Observer he has, he may just go for a big blink into the main base, and that's going to be something that is really exposed right now for Hero. He's going for the natural, getting that Nexus up. This is pretty scary.
And the pylon was not scouted. The pylon to the right side was something that Hero so far didn't see, and currently we have a stock count of 9-4. Only one Immortal. The second Immortal has just been started, pretty late. Here come additional 2 Stalkers. He has a huge stock count.
Miek on the pylon next to the base as well. Oh, showing these Stalkers a little bit to the front, and he's got to be careful with those. Pulls them back. Takes out the automatons.
Wow, that is cruel.
That was unnecessary.
That was definitely uncalled for.
Yeah, that was inappropriate.
Why would he do that?
Well, there's a curse. If you kill critters, man, you lose the game. Nexus going up very late for Puzzle here. He doesn't actually try to push up the natural either, so warping in sentries here, a very interesting choice. That's a lot of gas, and they're not spotted. Oh, I get it.
He tries to draw him to the low ground.
I get it. Oh, he's going to try to force field him in now. This is insane. What an interesting tactic by Puzzle. Here he comes. The sentry gets through. He force fields, he blinks in. Oh, amazing. Takes out the Observer as well. Oh, what a strategy. Locks him out of his base. I love it. Such a risk, but he is such a badass here pulling this off.
Welcome,
no hesitation.
Hero, to how a Zerg player feels.
Oh my god, what? Oh, I have never been more impressed or excited in a game ever. Wow.
I can tell.
Oh, he's going to get out of here with his Stalkers as well. Not a huge amount of damage done, but that was very well executed. A lot of mining time lost.
Now you know how we feel.
I bet he does, man. Like, that is...
But the problem is he didn't really do a lot of damage.
Yeah, he didn't do as much as I thought he would. He killed a few probes. Wasn't able to really kill very many structures, though.
It's still 35 to 34 probes, and he has the late Nexus. So, yeah, it looked cool. Yeah, he showed him how Zergs feel when they get their ramp blocked, but at the same time, he is not really ahead.
But with all the resources lost from mining, from all the probes he had to move around, he did get a slight advantage. But, well, it didn't give him an advantage. It gave him...
He has the expansion.
Right, they both have the expansion, though, and now...
Yeah, but the expansion for Puzzle was a lot later, or am I mistaken now?
Yeah, no, you're right, and what I'm saying is, with this, since he pulled probes off the line and killed several probes, now he's made up for that, and I think they're basically on even footing. It didn't put him ahead with this attack. I agree with you there.
3-2. Well, Hero has a small lead in the Immortals. They have exactly the same probe count and exactly the same Stalker count as well. So, yeah, Hero should be able to defend here. He knows exactly where his opponent's Observer is positioned, and he's just following it around because he knows that there will be some Stalkers waiting. But this is definitely... This is a pretty cool start in the game, but at this point, right, they are on even footage, so now it's going to be interesting to see how this game is going to play out.
And Puzzle, once again, you know, since he's got the more aggressive foothold here, is going to get a faster robotics support bay, which is going to allow him to get Colossi out first. And this is something that Hero is playing a little bit more safely with getting the extra Immortal out.
A lot of gateways now coming up for Hero, and he currently doesn't add his tech for the robotics bay. So tech-wise, he's pretty late. He's getting more and more Immortals. Look at this. He has 5 Immortals. He's getting another... Didn't he just start another Immortal? Yeah, no, it was Puzzle, sorry. There is the robotics bay.
Hero sees the robotics support bay. Actually, does he? Yeah, he does. And this is really important because now he knows the position he's in. He starts his own. He's got the extra gateways, but remember, he still doesn't have Blink, which is really important for the battles that we're going to see. Takes out the Observer as well. Hero in a tough spot here because his tech is late. He no longer has vision of what his opponent is doing, and if he wants to, he can actually deny his opponent's Observer, but Puzzle may be able to escape with his stealth.
Hero got a lot of Immortals here. So that is also a lot of minerals and, of course, gas that he invested. Overall, with the economy and the income, they are still on even footage. But Hero is adding now the second robotics bay, second robotics facility. Both of them actually are. But everything that they do, Puzzle does a little bit faster now.
Yeah. And Puzzle is supply block now, which is important, but started his Colossus before that happened. That's really, really crucial. Both going for the second bay or facility, and this means that they're both going to start double Colossus production. Their +1 timing is really similar, and this game looks like it's not going to be decided by one Colossus over another. It's going to be decided by an engagement, the splitting, the concave. All of these things may decide this game. And remember, Puzzle has Blink, and that's going to be very important for the battle.
Yeah, indeed. The Blink is going to make a huge difference here. Both of them just waiting for the extended thermal lens, and double Colossi production now for Hero, a little bit faster than for his opponent Puzzle, because he had the robotics facility faster.
Yeah, and Puzzle's still no second Colossus just yet. He doesn't have the resources for it at this very moment. Looks like he's considering taking the third Nexus, which is something that Hero has started right now.
Army supply at this point is in favor of Puzzle, slightly, 81 to 71. And yeah, just waiting. Even taking a third base. Hero's taking the third right now.
Yeah, and you know,
and of course,
Puzzle a little bit later here, but very similar timings.
Exactly.
And like I said, I think this game is going to be decided purely by the final engagement. He may get the stock with a Blink. This little Blink changes the game so drastically. I mean, when you have this, you can do so much more. Your opponent, he can get a second one, then Blink back if he wants to. Even gets a third. Wow. See?
Nice. Well done. Gets the third, blinks away. And of course, Hero tries to get his Blink up as well. Yeah. He already has his Twilight Council on the way, and then he will research the upgrade as fast as possible. But at this point, they're basically on even terms right here. And with the Twilight Council, also one thing that Puzzle can get a little bit faster than his opponent is the second attack upgrade. Hero has to wait until the structure is finished.
That's really, really important, because if there is a battle before the +2 is finished for Hero, that can be so crucial with all the AoE damage the Colossi do. May not become an important factor, but it's just one other thing to think about. All these little advantages that Puzzle has in this game are going to add up. Charge on the way now for both players at identical timings. These guys really have figured out how to transition into the late game of PvP. They know the timings as well as each other do.
After the early aggression, they basically sat down and had a quick Skype conversation and were like, okay, well, listen, what do you think about meeting at the 20-minute mark? And they're like, yeah, sounds cool. Sounds good to me. Yeah. So roughly 3 bases, and then we go for the Colossi fight. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's do it.
But Hero's breaking the truce. He's getting a faster Temple Archives, and he's getting a Warp Prism speed and a Warp Prism.
I mean, come on, that's not fair.
He's saying, well, I won't fight you straight up until 20 minutes, but what if I do this? Is that against the rules?
He will wait until the 20-minute mark, and then he moves in with the Warp Prism.
Warp Prism and the Colossus Cloud there.
If he goes for, well...
A Colossus drop, really?
Oh, that's risky.
It's risky, but in PvP, I think this may be the matchup where it works the most, because there's no Vikings or Mutas to catch it.
And you don't run into Overlords in a PvP.
That's very true as well.
That reveal early on where exactly you are. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting.
He's about to have speed as well, you know.
6 gateways added. Yep, speed is kicking in. And now we have a Colossus drop. Here we go.
This is cool. I've seen this in Pro League a few times, and this, you know, is not the most effective thing you can ever do, but it can pull you ahead. And this is going to really mess with Puzzle a little bit. Several probes will die. 3 of them already.
Yep. 3 are gone. And that's probably all that he can do here. He needs to fall back before the Blink Stalkers blink in. And of course, he tries to trap them. Oh, does he see it? He doesn't blink.
Oh, so close.
He's just waiting for it. That was really, really close.
If it didn't have speed, he would have seen it, but it has speed.
Yeah. Yeah, without the speed, you're right. I would have caught it.
That was a pretty cool move there by Puzzle, but he doesn't catch the Colossus. And now Hero's investment, not so sure if that really paid off, but he can use it later, I suppose. This is really important for positioning as well. If you get 2 Immortals and drop them on one side of the army during a fight, you can have the Immortals fire at Colossi. And Hero wants to get rid of a lot of probe supply, which is so smart. This is something that Puzzle only made 55 probes, knowing that more than that is kind of useless to him, and Hero's just going to say, have these, I need more army.
Kamikaze. And
Zealot drop this time.
The Colossus come back, and the Zealots are, we want to, drop us.
Oh, does he blink? He doesn't see, because he was distracted in the middle of the map. He could have killed that Warp Prism.
He blinks down there, and now the Warp Prism once again endangered, but moves back.
Oh, he's going to lose these Stalkers, though.
8 to 8 is the Colossus count at this point. They both have, let's look at the army supply, 150 for Puzzle, 115 for Hero. Hero isn't ready. Look at the minerals and the gas that he has. He's warping in units right now. That's why he waited. And now he's in the main base. He chases down one of the Colossi.
Oh, but the better positioning here definitely goes to Puzzle. Archon's leading the front, and all those Zealots in the main base are not in the fight.
Oh, I think it holds true once again, Wolf. it looks like the GSL player is getting far ahead into this match.
Yeah, definitely so. He's going to come into the main base with his Colossi to defend the Zealots. Yeah, he lost some probes, but it was much more important to have the Zealots in the army. He didn't expect to fight Puzzle here. Now Puzzle takes a huge lead. The Colossus count at this point 9-7, and he just killed all these units basically for free.
But he needs to get needs to get mining going again. Look at the bank of Hero. He definitely has more units. He's 20 supply behind though. A few units were now at the natural. We have 16 workers killed against 33. The worker count is now 30 for Puzzle and 60 for Hero. Yeah, he lost a lot here at this natural.
If he gives him enough time, Hero will catch up. And he's got the upgrades now tied at 3, +3 for both. He's going for another drop here, this time with Zealots again.
The army supply is 140 for Puzzle and 90 for Hero.
Yeah, and that's why he's going to attack now. He knows that if he gives him time, maybe Hero will catch up, but he's not going to allow it. Moving out with his massive Colossus count while going for the drop. While his opponent's going for the drop, that means 4 more Zealots that are not going to be his composition. He needs to start splitting his Colossi right now if he wants to have any chance of winning this fight.
In the main base, a few units being warped in immediately to counter this War Prism.
And he didn't split his Colossi in time. Here we go. The fight occurs, but his Colossi were not split before the battle, and now he is pulling back. Puzzle will be able to blink forward with a few Stalkers, and he does. The Archons and Zealots charging in here.
He's taking down the first few Colossi. Now all of them are clumped up, which is also true for his opponent, but the firepower is in favor of Puzzle. He breaks through, takes down the Colossi, and it's true once again. The Casper players in this WCS Korea tournament are so far out of luck.
GG. The